All right, folks, welcome back. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about Neil Young again, doing it in real time for a few real people out here, just like you and just like me. All right, so this headline was in my feed. Neil Young rages at Elon Musk in latest hippie rock song. If you're a fascist, get a Tesla. Um, okay, didn't Neil Young have an electric car at one point? I don't think it was a Tesla. Somebody knows this or they will look it up or whatever. Again, I do these videos just winging it here. Anyway, Neil Young just can't quit Elon Musk and has put the Department of Government Efficiency chief at the center of his latest politically charged tune. So it must be a new song, which praises China as a as a clean energy electric vehicle champion and castigates Tesla owners as fascists. Now, does China treat their population very well? Aren't we having issues because they do all of this slave labor in China, and they produce these products which, again, compete with products all around the world, and they're basically not paying the workers at all, almost zero. But yeah, I know they get to live in a little cardboard box or one of those micro apartments or whatever it is, and they get a food ration. They're well taken care of. So he's praising China, of all places, who I believe are our biggest geopolitical threat. And people in his camp would say the same. I'm assuming he's a Democrat, Neil Young, right? Unless he's beyond that. So the song has these lyrics. Come on, Ford. Come on, GM. Come on, Chrysler. Let's roll again. That's catchy. Young begins singing over the weekend at a charity concert in Los Angeles. China's way ahead. They're making clean cars. Really? China's making clean cars? Like clean for the environment, I'm assuming you're saying, or just clean? Like you open the door and there aren't any crumbs on the floor. He says, if you're a Democrat, taste your freedom. Get whatever you want. Taste your freedom. Young screams into the microphone. The Canadian-born singer-songwriter made headlines around the world earlier this month when he wrote on his website that he's worried President Donald Trump would ban him from returning to the U.S. once he's done touring in Europe. I'm starting to think maybe a Canadian deportation might be all right. I don't know. I'm kidding. I think it was Trump that actually approved Neil Young's American citizenship. So it's a little bit ironic, right? So Neil Young doesn't really like Donald Trump. And now when you see Neil Young performing, you're going to hear about how China has the best cars and we should be buying them from China and we should sell out American workers in the process. Although he is cheerleading here for GM and Chrysler and Ford, all of whom are pretty happy with President Donald Trump because Trump wants there to be more American cars made. So this song itself is a little confusing because he's praising China, but yet he's cheering on Ford, GM, and Chrysler because he hates Tesla so much. Wow. I mean, this is really just hard to follow. And this is a guy who's known for, rocking in the free world. And I don't know if people should just listen to his music anymore because I think it's like soul-crushing music, to be honest. I mean, did I like Neil Young at one point? Sure. He's not my favorite singer, though. Um, Admittedly, he's said that he didn't have a very good voice. In fact, Randy Bachman at one point didn't think that he could sing all that well, but then he realized that, Neil Young can sing, right? Or if Neil Young can do it, I can do it. That's a pretty low bar to jump over. Um, I think Neil's voice when he entered the Crosby, Stills and Nash Corporation was so different and so counter to the blend that those guys had that it was, I guess, interesting. It was kind of interesting to hear Neil Young, and then the other three guys are great singers for the most part. And anyway, that's just my humble opinion. I think it worked because the combination was like, battery acid and silly putty, just things that you don't put together. But it seemed to work. So anyway, folks, bottom line here is, if you're a fascist, get a Tesla, according to Neil Young. And I wonder what he thinks of all those burning Teslas. I mean, wasn't this like the peace and love generation? Isn't this going to result in more burning Teslas? I mean, I guess if you want to put Elon Musk out of business when it comes to the car industry, you might succeed. But I think Elon would probably recover and do something else. Maybe you sell Tesla to the Chinese and they could turn it into a great company because what? They're making it with slave labor. And thus they can bring it here and sell it for half of what Elon is currently selling it for because he's probably paying his workers appropriate wages. But then again, I don't know that much about that. But I'm assuming that's probably what would happen if China took it over. Anyway, folks, another exciting episode in the can here. Thanks for watching. If you feel a little bummed out after watching this, and go check out this new band called Outlasted. Their album, Universal Human Desire. You might have to cleanse the palate after listening to Neil Young. Thankfully, I didn't see the clip of that song. But this is a really cool band from Norway. They were on my show. They're on Facebook, Outlasted on Facebook, and they're just good people. So, again, check out the album. Even if you don't like the things I talk about sometimes, the music I recommend is universal, much like the album title there. So even if you love Neil Young, you might want to still check out the music. If you don't like Neil Young, you probably want to check it out even more. God bless, and see you soon.